before I really get into anything, I just wanted to get a quick update on what you have going on now and what you're planning to do for the new year.
So what I have going on right now, I'm just really just promoting my website and my online store.
Okay.
So right now I've just gotten into making some coasters. So I'm custom making some coasters either for the holiday or just for people to have. They come in a set of 4. So I've really just been really getting those out there right now. I have new t-shirt for the new year. I have new designs coming out for my t-shirts, my merchandise. I'm really pretty much focusing on merchandise part of things for the beginning half of next year, as far as like mugs, t-shirts, tote bags, and looking at what other things I can get my artwork on.
Got you.
So that's the game plan. So
okay. So what made you dive into making the coasters of all items?
I know. So I was looking on Instagram and I saw another artist that made coasters. She made a whole set. So it was like glass tumblers and coasters. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I didn't even think about the fact that I knew about glasses and things like that, but I didn't even think about coasters because most coasters are ceramic. So that would be perfect. Yeah. So I went on Amazon and I was like, because I didn't know anywhere else that sold coasters. I looked at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and they wanted a ridiculous amount just for 4. I was like, this is just practice. I don't want to be spending $30 for 4, just for 4 little squares for me to try out on.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So on Amazon, they had a bundle deal. So I tried that out and I kind of liked it and people were liking it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this a little bit more. And I bought a little bit more and just kept playing with different designs. And that's how that took off. And it makes sense because I didn't even think about this. I sell mugs. So you would think oh, mugs, coasters.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. So, something else now that I wanted to talk to you about, which is out of all the artists that I've talked to, you're the only one I see that offers where someone can pay with Klarna.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you what's the process for signing up with that? Is it difficult?
No. So Klarna is a free app that anyone can just download on their smartphone. And what it does is basically allows you to pay, as long as the minimum amount is $30, it allows you to pay off the total balance in 4 payments. And it automatically deducts out of your account every 2 weeks. So it's over an 8-week period that you can pay off the full amount. Depending on the total, you can also choose to do a 6-month payment plan versus a 4-week versus a 4 installment plan. You could do 6 months, so you can pay it in 6 months.
Okay.
And with that includes interest. But if you just do the 4 easy installment plans, that's interest free. You don't have to worry about any extra charges being onto your account. And then me as the vendor, I get the total amount, but you as the customer, you're only paying partial at a time. But yeah, you still get your not your free, but you still get your full order.
So you don't have to pay Klarna anything at all for that service?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What? That's crazy. So I wouldn't think that would be free for you to, have your artwork being able to be on the payment plan like that. Because now I don't know how they stay in business.
Right. So I think because I'm still considered a small business, that's why. So maybe if my profits were a little bit higher, if I became, started having employees and things like that, then they start taking a small percentage from it. But right now, there's no small percent that I see taken out. The percent that I see taken out is when the customer uses their card, and that's with Square. They automatically take 3% or whatever of the payment.
Got you. Okay. Well, man, I'm surprised for that to be free. And I don't really see artists utilizing that at all. So
and I'm surprised as well. I don't see it either. I think I saw maybe 2 artists, and I follow a few artists, and I only see about 2 that either use Afterpay or Klarna. So I try to get it out there because I already know how it is just spending money, period. So I'm just like, hey guys, don't forget I have Klarna. As long as you spend $30 or more, you can get anything that you want on my website.
Okay, yeah, that's lit. So shout out your website.
selftaught.styles.com, selftaughtsTys.com.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That's a long one. All right, so now the next question for you. It's about technique. What art technique do you feel like you use the most throughout your artwork?
Abstract, I would say, is a technique that I use the most, only because I believe it best represents the type of expression I want to portray on a canvas. Okay. So type of expression I want to portray is like that sense of like freedom and just like emotion, like just full of emotion, full of feelings, full of life. And I feel like abstract best represents that for me personally. So I tend to gear towards that when it comes to my pieces, whether it's the background of a painting or it's a little side corner of a painting, or it's just how I portray the character that's in my pieces. Okay,
got you. So now my next question, this is also pertaining to technique. Moving forward, what is a technique that you don't utilize that you want to learn or that you want to start implementing more?
That is a good question.
We're coming up on a new year, so it's like new year, new technique.
I know I should learn something new. You know, it's funny that you asked that, because this year, I think it was like the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I started going and utilizing fluid art, acrylic pours. So that was like the technique I learned. And then for next year, I haven't even thought about like a technique or a type of style that I want to embrace more. I was looking at a few pages that really look at like resin, using resin for different types of paintings.
Okay, yeah.
I looked at the science behind that. It gets really technical. There's measuring involved. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I really don't want to focus too much on the technique, and I really want to focus more on like the outlook. So if I'm focusing too much on the technique, I might see myself getting frustrated. Of course, at first, because it's all new for me.
Right.
So I don't know. I would have to come back to you on that. I don't have anything in mind just yet.
All right, that's cool. So let me ask you this: do you copyright your work?
What do you mean copyright my work? Like the little C?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe I have it copyrighted.
Okay. And so do you not have it copywritten because you don't know how the process goes, or do you feel like you don't really need to, or what is it?
I think it's a little bit of both. I did, when I was first starting out with my business, I looked into that and looking at LLCs and all the licenses and things like that and taxes, and I really dug into that and did the research behind it. And I feel like right now where I'm at, I don't really need that right now. And I also see people who have that and their stuff is still getting stolen and still getting plagiarized. So it's just a matter of me thinking whether or not that's something I really want to focus on or look into for my business right now. I don't know, the costs behind that or the legalities behind that as well. But it was something that I looked at and I decided that not right now for myself.
Okay, got you. Well, I'm going to throw this out here real quick. I'm going to leave you with this. It's copyright.gov. You can do 10 pieces as long as they are the same type of piece. You can register them as a group. It'll cost you $85 to do those 10 pieces.
Okay.
And having those 10 pieces covered, like you said, even if you're copywritten and you're legally protected and someone steals your work, the difference is now you have an ironclad case in court.
Right.
There's no arguing. It's like, cut me my check and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
So would I have to do that for any piece that I'm selling? For any and all pieces that I sell? I have to get them copywritten?
That would be ideal, but maybe it's more so like copyright the images that are like the self-taught styles merchandise, the stuff that you're gonna put on all your shirts and stuff like copyright that. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because that is more like core to your business. And if someone takes that from you, that's gonna hurt. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's definitely one of them things where you can like pick and choose what you want to copyright, but I would not just say, nah, I don't need it right now.
Okay.
Look up art by Rizzo. Her name is Jerasneka Rose. She drew a picture of Nipsey Hussle. Walmart took her tags off of it, mass-produced canvases, sold hundreds of thousands of them.
Are you serious?
She didn't get a dime. And the reason she's having a hard time fighting, big corporate Walmart is because she never had her work copywritten. Had it been copywritten, she would have been.
See, and it's horror stories like that makes me like, I know I'm gonna end up kicking myself future down the road if that happens to me. I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, because it's easy to say, "Oh, that'll never happen to me." Like I'm just one in the 100 million artists or whatever.
I think of that, and then I don't mean to cut you off, but I also think about the fact that I have some work, but because I'm not known, it's just like, who's gonna take my stuff? Who's gonna copyright my stuff and mass produce it and sell it? But you never know.
Right. You really don't. And if somebody big like that takes it, you're gonna feel away when you're man, it wasn't nothing for me to copyright that. So yeah, I just wanted to leave you with that. But that's really it. That's all I had for you. This was just a quick call. Okay. This is for like a new segment of content I'm doing. It's called Artificial Intelligence. So I'll probably reach out to you like, in another week or two to like do this again, but to talk about a few different things, but it'll still be art related. So that's that. If you have anything that you think would be a good thing to talk about, definitely let me know. And that's it. Enjoy your holidays.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye.